Alan Kay checking our roads for us this morning. Hi, Alan.
Good morning. And you know, Lenny and Kimberly, just to follow up on those Green Bay fans, they love that team so much that there's so little turnover with season tickets that they project based on whatever kind of whatever kind of actuarial risk. Around 3,100 is the year that you would get a season ticket if you put your name on the list right now. The year.
Arizona basketball, huh?
Oh, yeah, maybe a little longer for a Green Bay than Arizona basketball. Certainly a lot longer than it would be for an Arizona Cardinals season ticket. I'll tell you that right now. We have 5th and Alvernon still in the clearing stage. A westbound stay left advisory. Alvernon northbound was also restricted, but it is no longer so. Alvernon looks pretty good for north and southbound travel. This was a single vehicle rollover that occurred about an hour and 45 minutes ago, about 4 o'clock, and it still has some lingering minor issues. Still a good ride on the freeway with no problem at all to report. We'll send it back to you, Kimberly. Be back in just a few minutes.
All right, Alan, thank you. We'll run down the day's headlines for you when we come back, and a new report with a less than flattering ranking for Green Valley. Why one writer calls it among the worst retirement communities in the country. We're back with much more on Good Morning Tucson.
We're thankful for many blessings. As we near year's end, donations to the Southern Arizona Red Cross are down dramatically. Take time to remember those local homeless families with a year-end online gift to redcrossarizona.org.
When we first opened back in 1956, Christie Wallace Appliance had one store, a couple of trucks, and less than a handful of employees. Now, 50 years later, we're Tucson's #1 hometown appliance stores with 3 area locations, Ina and La Cholla, Fort Lowland Country Club, and our newly expanded store at Broadway and Wilmot. Don't be confused by competitors. We're Tucson's #1 hometown appliance stores. We're Christie's Appliance since 1956.
Don't let a DUI arrest ruin your life. Call Thomas Wilson today at 624-2728. If you've been arrested for a DUI, Thomas Wilson will fight for your rights, the way he fought for our country as a Marine, with drive and dedication.
Mr. Wilson won my DUI case without going to trial. Even the civil traffic tickets were thrown out.
Call 624-2728 for a free consultation or visit us online at TucsonDUI.org. Call Thomas Wilson at 624-2728.
Are you frustrated you can't find your favorite 07 model at a year-end clearance event? Get to O'Reilly Chevrolet for 07 rebates on 08 models. O'Reilly is the only place offering 07 model year-end rebates on brand new 2008s. Get a $37.50 rebate on 08 Tahoes, $3,000 rebate for 08 Silverados and Avalanches, a $2,000 rebate for 08 Cobalts, or a $22.50 rebate on 08 Impalas. Only at O'Reilly Chevrolet. An American Revolution in low prices.
Oh, this is so relaxing.
Thanks for inviting us.
Anytime.
Hey, are you two into trying new things?
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
I hope so.
My new sirloin steak melt, hot and hearty sirloin strips, grilled onions, and 3 kinds of melting cheese nestled between warm grilled sourdough?
Yeah, let's make a Jack sandwich.
K-Gun 9 On Your Side is brought to you in part by A-Atlas Mobile Storage. You're watching K-Gun 9 On Your Side. Good morning, Tucson.
Good morning. Welcome back. It is 5:46. Here's a look at our top stories. Lawmen across the state continue their crackdown on drunk drivers. They have made nearly 9,000 DUI arrests since the holiday season began more than a month ago. Pima County is reviewing documentation forms for its 7,000 workers. It is to make sure the county is in compliance with the employer's sanctions law that takes effect tomorrow. And a fire that started in the laundry room of a home forced an East Side family from their home. The blaze caused an estimated $50,000 in damage. Some people in Green Valley are angry this morning. Others are just laughing. A writer for America Online wrote, "Green Valley is one of the worst retirement communities in the country." K-Gun 9 On Your Side's Myrna Membrilla has more.
Green Valley is a quiet retirement community of 30,000 people, but not according to one reporter.
I think they've got it wrong. I think this is a marvelous place to live.
It's very disappointing.
especially living here for so many years.
Residents are shaking their heads over the America Online report, calling Green Valley the 11th worst place to retire. The New York freelance writer cited border and drug violence and took information from CBS News with Katie Couric that reported hundreds of bodies are found near Green Valley each year.
For example, the Katie Couric, the CBS story, referred to the murder. The shooting was 7 miles from Green Valley. It wasn't even in Green Valley. These are drug cartels shooting for the territory. That's all that is.
Everybody has drug problems. Everybody has immigration issues. And that's not just local to this area. It's statewide, nationwide.
Russ Symes retired here 9 years ago. The biggest threat he faces every day comes from those trying to improve their handicaps.
I have to be very careful when I come outside during the day that I wear a soft hat that will protect me. We have a number of trees in the backyard that are deflectors for golf balls, and I have a collection of probably 300 or so golf balls.
This Palo Verde tree saved his side window from another errant golf ball. But there is concern from business owners.
We're hearing a lot. I just heard some at the barbershop today, too. In fact, they asked me, "Where's your gun?"
So on behalf of the Green Valley Chamber of Commerce, Jim has sent out an invitation.
Personally, I emailed Katie Couric and the reporter, Vincent, and we invited him out to Green Valley. They said, we want you to see what the real Green Valley is.
Myrna Membrila, KGUN 9 on your side.
Well, our last day of 2007 looks pretty nice, but it'll be cold for those ringing in the new year tonight. William Johnson has your holiday forecast right after this break. And a new year means new laws. We'll hear from an expert about some ones that could affect your daily life. That's next on Good Morning Tucson.
Selling your home? Buy Owner is your complete solution.
With the money we saved on commission, we price a home very attractively.
We save over $10,000.
Why pay costly real estate commissions? Call Buy Owner today.
Thanks, Buy Owner. Before you know it, your carpet can look dirty. See the difference? But it's not a problem because Resolve high-traffic foam effectively cleans large carpet areas. Just spray it on, rub it in gently, and vacuum away. The results speak for themselves. Trust Resolve.
I can't stand these spots.
Those spots are actually leftover food and detergent residues that can redeposit on your dishware during the rinse cycle.
Gross.
Jet Dry Rinse Agent helps wash them away, so the only thing left behind is the shine.
Jet Dry rinses away residues for a sparkling shine.
Welcome to ATS Citywide Doors and Construction, Tucson's full-service supplier and installer of quality brand-name doors, skylights, and residential or commercial hardware. Whether you're remodeling or in the process of constructing your dream home, ATS Citywide Doors is your custom design headquarters. Let our skilled, licensed contractors transform your home or business from ordinary to extraordinary. ATS Citywide Doors carries award-winning products and is a proud member of the Southern Arizona Home Builders Association. Call 883-2960.
My son-in-law, he knows all about banking at Arizona Federal. Hello, handsome.
Hey there, good look. Oh, you. What brings you two here to Arizona Federal?
Frankly, your mother-in-law. We just moved here and want to open an account.
But the name is not Frankly, it's Leslie. And I'm sure the two of you will really enjoy Arizona Federal.
You were right.
And that doesn't happen too often.
Why spend valuable time driving around looking at homes that don't fit your needs? Go to buyowner.com and shop at home for a home.
I wouldn't consider selling my house any other way. Thanks, Buy Owner.
Thanks, Buy Owner.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Christie's Appliance, your appliance headquarters since 1956. You're watching KGUN 9 on your side. Good morning, Tucson.
Well, it should be a gorgeous day today on this last day of 2007. Mostly sunny, 69 degrees. Our average high is 63. I suggest getting out, maybe doing something non-alcoholic. Flagstaff at 33, Yuma at 46, and Albuquerque, New Mexico sitting at 35. That's pretty mild for the high country, but they're not going to get much above that. There's a cold front up to our north that will affect our forecast. Maybe after midnight, winds pick up. We haven't got the timing exactly down, but we do see gusts up to 25 miles per hour by tomorrow morning. We think most of the early night will be fine wind-wise, and not as cold tonight, 36, 68 tomorrow, another fabulous day. We don't go down too much temperature-wise, and we run a rain risk by Friday and Saturday. We'll explain it all. The full forecast is still to come. Now, Alan Caith with our New Year's Eve commute, is it? Commute, or what is it, Alan?
Yeah, Lenny, it's not much is what it is, at least not right now until we get wound up a little later in the morning. I think a lot of people are still having a long holiday, and the traffic volume, the traffic counts show that going on. Here is our one and only wreck. Should be gone by 6 o'clock, 5th and Alvernon Way, 5th Street and Alvernon. Do a little more work this day on Craycroft between River and Sunrise Drive. They're wrapping up for the year on many projects. This one is probably the most notable because it should be all cleaned up and ready to go by sometime after the first week of January. A long time wait for that. Looks a lot like Swan Road now with divided median, extra lanes, north and southbound travel. Doesn't look like it's so rural to move through there in the upper areas between around Sunrise and around maybe, just south of Sunrise, shall we say, maybe about a mile or so in that area. Kimberly, over to you and your special guest.
All right, Alan, thank you. Well, the new year means new laws for Arizonans. Donald Luce has been practicing law for more than 25 years in the state and is the author of Arizona Laws 101, a handbook for non-lawyers. He joins us on Good Morning Tucson with more on what you need to know about new laws that go into effect tomorrow. Good morning and thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too as well. Let's start with DUI laws. There are a lot of changes going on. What should people know about them?
Well, first of all, tonight is going to be a very important night for people who go out and party and then drive. The Department of Public Safety, in cooperation with various law enforcement agencies, has a task force out around the state. My recommendation is, because Arizona has one of the toughest DUI laws in the nation, is take a designated driver. Don't risk even a single drink and then getting behind the wheel. If you should get stopped for DUI, and if you have been drinking, the consequences are very severe.
What can you tell us about the penalties and how they're changing?
The first-time minimum offense will land you in jail for 24 consecutive hours. It will cost you thousands of dollars in fines and assessments, and then you will lose your license for several months until you have it back on a permanent basis. But with the change that was made to the law this summer by the legislature, you will also be required to have an ignition interlock device on your car for an entire year, and that is the change that occurred with the toughening of the laws.
What about this implied consent law? What can you tell us about that?
Well, driving is a privilege, it's not a right, so the deal we make with the state in exchange for our driver license is that you impliedly consent to having blood, your breath, or your urine tested for alcohol or drugs.
And this book that you wrote, Arizona Laws 101, a handbook for non-lawyers, it's very user-friendly, I guess. It's written in very simple language, so there's no question as to what you're talking about. DUI law is just one of the many topics inside this book.
It is. What I did when I wrote this book was I thought back over the 25 years that I've been practicing of the questions that people kept asking me over and over again. And I wrote about those topics and I put them into this book. So this book covers 101 laws that I think are the most relevant to you and I and everybody else who lives in Arizona.
We have everything in here from, criminal and traffic laws, as we've mentioned, consumer laws, family law, wills and estates. Anything else you can tell us about people, people should know specifically for New Year's and changes that are going to take effect at midnight tonight?
Well, as we know, with regard to the changes in the law, the employer sanctions law takes effect tomorrow. The minimum wage increases from $6.75 to $6.90 tomorrow. And so those are laws that are going to actually change tomorrow or come into effect. But what I wanted to stress this morning, because of the holiday, was be very attentive to your drinking and driving tonight. 45% of all fatalities tonight are going to involve alcohol on the part of one of the drivers.
It is frightening. Stay off the roads maybe if you're not going to be out partying, just because it's always the other guy, right?
It's always the other guy.
Donald Luce, thank you so much for being with us this morning. The book is available at, you said, Borders?
Borders, Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com.
All right, and again, it is Arizona Laws 101, a handbook for non-lawyers. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year. And stay with us. There's much more to come on Good Morning Tucson.
We're thankful for many blessings. As we near year's end, donations to the Southern Arizona Red Cross are down dramatically. Take time to remember those local homeless families with a year-end online gift to redcrossarizona.org.